Vou dar aqui mais, espera aí. Para dizer que este vídeo que está a sair agora, vai ser gravado agora, é para sair amanhã e vamos ouvir Multitracks original de the hard song, the vocals and back vocal and drums and all of it and original studio multitrack of the Michael Jackson hard song and as chills. Give me chills.
About sunrise, what about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? What about killing feels?
I love that we are able to hear this without any effects. We get to hear a little bit of the room sound in there. Let's see what the bass is up to at the beginning here.
What about sunrise? What about rain?
Super just consistent and dark.
To gain. What about killing feels? Is there a time?
Listen.
One of the qualities I love about Michael Jackson's quiet voice is he tends to front load his phrases, where he gives more up front, and then his vibrato is almost the result of him pulling back. Whereas a lot of vocalists will kind of lean in and develop this vibrato, but he has this sort of sheepish vibrato thing happening. That's by taking support away. It's cool.
What about all the things that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the blood we've shed before? Did you ever stop to notice?
Interesting, right? I never noticed that on the original.
Did you ever stop to notice?
Did you ever stop to notice? You don't notice those things when you're listening to just the full mix, or as much anyway.
This crying earth, this weeping shore.
Nice imprecise doubling. Really neat. That stomp.
Weeping shore.
That's in the vocal track. I heard from the guy who gave me this. They would like is him some background vocals here, along with some synth. Kind of cool. Wow. Fun to hear those separate.
Weeping shore.
Piano. Whoa. Oh, this is so fascinating. Notice the loose doubling here, almost as if he was not in the same headspace when he was doubling these. They're intentionally very gangy. Well, along with these background vocals, it fits perfect. All right, listening on.
What have we done to the world? Look what we've done. What about all the peace that you pledged your only son?
I want to hear what the orchestra's doing there. I'm going to have fun just like experimenting with my own voice over these tracks. This is super, super neat. Oh.
What about all the things that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the children dead before? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth?
Just the background, or just the voices track, whatever that is. Huh. Interesting they labeled it voices. Well, that's why, but it has the synth in there too. Interesting. Piano. The drums coming in right there. Let's see what... Oh, what a gated snare! Thing at the interesting artifact, or I mean, I'm sure they did it on purpose, but it's like maybe a product of the reverb. Listen to how relatively dry the kick. It's like the kick has a pre-delay reverb or something on it, and then you've got that snare. That's really cool. Let's hear the vocals with those drums. That'd be kind of fun.
This crying earth, this weeping shore.
That was super cool. Listen to how he stomped.
This weeping shore.
Snapped. Talking.
This weeping shore.
He did like a pre-drum fill with his mannerisms. That's so cool. And you can hear him going at it on the rhythm here too. So cool. You can hear the headphone bleed in there. You can hear the percussion that he's adding with his body. That is so cool. One of the things that's nice about this particular set of files is it's really high quality. Some of the stuff I find on the internet isn't near this high fidelity, and so you can't hear some of these details, but we can hear the details. This is awesome. Oh yeah, I wanted to hear what the bass was doing here. Just the bass and bass for now. I wondered. Here, all the fret buzz. It sounds very direct. It's kind of wumpy sounding. There's not, but listen to it in the context of the mix. It's like just what it needs. This is a good lesson in, it's not necessarily how it sounds by itself, and this goes for vocals too, but any of the instruments that we're recording, right? Like, that's not a good sounding bass if you listen to it out of context. It's all about the context. It's what the song needs. Even that. There's an octave pedal on there. Octave effect. That's really neat sounding. Never ever would I have heard that. I just now I'm noticing the octave thing. Zone metronome. Wouldn't be surprised if some of that was overdubbed. Also, maybe like the body percussion, but maybe not. Given what my buddy said. I love his transitions to his head voice here. With that H.
I used to dream. I used to glance beyond the stars. Now I don't know where we are. Oh,
I gotta hear that again by itself. Turning up the heat. Oh, I love his gritty rock voice. And how rhythmic his breathing is, even in the midst of amping up his compression.
Oh, no, I know. We're drifting by.
Nice doubling. Oh, some pitch problems. Oh no. Ooh, some acoustic guitar. Let's see what that's doing. I said pitch problems, but I really mean, oh, thank goodness it's not pitch corrected. It's really, really raw and wonderful, and it sounds great in the context of the whole mix. I mean, listen. It's real. And yeah, especially when he puts that stuff in. Beautiful key change. Looks like there's some choir vocals coming soon. We want to double really here. And cool. Wow. Okay. Let's check out what this is doing. What about us? Nice. What about us? What about us? Right here.
Ain't even fair.
What about us? Oh man.
What about us today?
Yes.
What about us? What about
That is special to be able to hear that by itself. That is really fun.
What about the sea? Heaven's not falling down. I can't
You do
Make our own arrangement of it. Just by like strategic.
Heaven's not falling down. I can't even hear.
That's kind of fun to mess with. I mean, I would go in through and do like real mutes if I was going to do that for real, but kind of fun to play with the arrangement a little bit and get a little bit more intimate with why they chose to do certain things. What an incredible ending to a song. All right, listening on.
What about us? What about nature's worth?
His grit here is just so wonderful. I've talked about how to get this approach in other videos on Michael Jackson. Make sure that you're keeping your compression high. I don't want to get too much into the specific vocal techniques in this video, but I just wanted to call it out for what it is. Simply amazing. And the call and answer passion behind this, you know, we've got that constant where he's leaning into the choir and then he's answering. It's wonderful. You don't hear music as much like this anymore, and certainly I can appreciate it more because of these isolated tracks.
What about us? What about forest trails?
The foot stomping is much more pronounced. I'm going to bring in a couple other things here.
What about us? What about forest trails? You drink every day.
Even got the tambourine right there.
What about us?
That's kind of cool. Like the campfire version. That's an interesting tonality. Very different character than some of the other stuff that he did in there. There, bass player joined him. Wow, wow, wow. I've got a few more of these too from my